actually had a new clinical trial just deliver, the National Lung Screening Trial. And as an advocate, one of the things I was hoping to get your insights and opinions, and really everyone, is how do we feel about this data? How do we unite around this data? And what's really going to be the unifying message around screening, which is one of the best opportunities for survival, is to find lung cancer early. What's the power together that this group can unite around? Because I really haven't heard, of all the sessions, I really haven't heard anything about that. And I know it seems a topic that people aren't willing to want to embrace, but I think this group has a real opportunity to embrace it.
I think the challenge that we have there is that we still don't have guidelines. So we have data, and that data is outstanding. But right now, without the guidelines, the primary care providers who are on the front lines are in limbo. So they're going to have patients coming to them saying, hey, I heard I can go and get this screening test. Let me do this. And the primary care provider is kind of on their own to look at the data themselves because their guidelines don't exist yet. Once the guidelines exist, it's so straightforward. I mean, we will all be singing from the rooftops, hey, if you fit in this population, go and get this test.
So how does this group encourage the guidelines to be faster? Because you know this is going to drag on. It's just natural.
They're pretty cognizant of it, and my understanding is it's going to be done within the next 12 to 18 months maximum. But my understanding, and I could be wrong, but my understanding is that the people, at least in the US, who do set the guidelines, had access to data prior to publication and already have begun work on guidelines. So I think it will be quicker than other things. We have a lot of other issues in terms of how we implement it in our healthcare system. It will be very difficult across different healthcare systems in different countries, obviously. But certainly it's something that I think we're all ecstatic about. I certainly am. I hope I speak for everybody. That now we have an absolute proven method. And then the other message I think that I personally want to make is that it doesn't mean that we can lose our vigilance for more research. This is not a panacea, unfortunately. We're talking about a significant risk group, but it's not the only risk group. We need better mechanisms to define who really should be screened with CT scans. Or when we do find a CT that's positive, who really is likely to actually have a positive lesion. That research cannot be stymied by these results.